Hey, thanks for tuning in and joining me. I get requests all the time for instructional videos about banking and kicking and such, and I've done a couple on one rail kicking and banking, but today I'm going to talk about two rail kicking. And I'm going to just use this one scenario here where it's set up, and I'm going to talk about primarily the natural angle of the two rail kick, and then how to manipulate that angle differently with different spins. Because, you know, in a real game of pool, you never get the ideal kick. Well, I shouldn't say never, but most times you don't. And you have to manipulate it somehow. But in kicking and generally speaking, you have to have a feel for the geometry of the table and have a general idea of what's going to happen. And that just comes with practice and play. I do enjoy this game, and I hope these tips that I'm getting ready to show you will help. So let's get started. I'm using the 5-ball here, and imagine it's a game of 9-ball, and you're snookered, and you're on the 5. And what I've set up here is 3 positions here. And as we go through this, you'll see why I did this. And then I've also got the cue balls in the same position every time right there. Now, this is the natural angle with no spin. So when you shoot into this in the middle of the cue ball, that is the natural 2-rail kick, okay? Now, as I said, it's not always ideal in pool. And let's say now you're there and you can't get to that natural angle. But shooting enough, you'll understand that, okay, when I come over here, if you shoot just naturally to that spot that you can reach, it's not going to make it, okay? Now, what you need is some right English here to manipulate the angle and change it with the running English, I call it, and just some right middle. You don't need anything elaborate. I'm hitting it 3 o'clock on the cue ball, okay? And so that changes it. You see the difference there of hitting it roughly 3 or 4 inches off. Now the next scenario, cue ball in the same spot. Move the 7 over a little bit more. Now it's even more direct, and you can only get to right in there because of the 7 block. So now you got to manipulate this cue ball even more. Instead of 3 o'clock English, you need something like 5 o'clock, because bottom English makes the ball spin more. And let's give it a go. So now I'm looking at 5 o'clock, and I changed the angle more. Well, I didn't quite make it. Let's try that again. But you get the idea. A little more English to manipulate it like that. All right, I got a little better spin on that. So that's 3 scenarios: the natural, the in between, and then hitting here. And then if you had even worse, and I'll give it a go here, you can even hit down on it some and do a little masse on it, if you will. Okay? Like so. So you get the idea of it. I did 4 different ways of the 2-rail kick here. Now, let's go on the other end of the spectrum. Let's say that you're here. These balls are blocking these possibilities here, okay? And now you've got this. Well, this natural angle going into here with no spin, cue ball is going to hit somewhere in here, okay? There it is. It hit about that time. All right, so now, now I'm going to take and hit about 9 o'clock. Hopefully that'll be enough. If not, we'll come back and do 7 or 8. And I'm going to hit the same spot with left English to hold this cue ball back where it hits further down this rail. Okay? Then that'll change the angle and hopefully make it 5. Here we go. Like that. Let's try it again. See, I'm on both sides. A little too much then. Shot a little harder. Let's do it a little smoother. And that's about perfect. Okay, so you see what I'm getting at there. It's change the angle. It's all about the spin, changing the angle, recognizing the natural angle, and then one side or the other, manipulating the spin, manipulating and changing the angle. I hope these tips help you, and next time I'll go over 3-rail kicks. Thank you.